ladies and gentlemen, it is time to get this elimination match started. So let's bring out our first team. Make some noise for Evil Geniuses!
All on the line for this team. Evil Geniuses in a position here where they could very well shock the world. And this organization, that coach in particular, Potter, has done just that in the past with a bunch of misfits and brought them to a world title. So this isn't out of the realm of possibility for Evil Geniuses.
Let's bring out our second team in this elimination match. Their opponents. Make some noise for G2 Esports!
And here comes the tournament favorite at one point in time, but now they're in a position no one thought they would find themselves in, lower bracket, fighting for that last Toronto spot.
It was back-to-back 13-11s that they lost to fall 2-1 against Sentinels, their first series loss in Americas.
But generally grouping over towards C-Mount.
Yeah, now you might see the hit come through, but still that util was saved for a rainy day. G2 had it in their back pocket, trying to go for the refight as well, but an exchange of the lead. It's Valen who's going to be the first one to drop. Quick little pivot now. It's cheeky, but G2 are going to be waiting with open arms to try and absorb most of this pressure coming its way. With Nature dropped into the play, Jogma already finding one of his own. Off to the side here. It's off to the extremities. EG going hunting for any chance to lay claim to this side plant. Finally going down here and defended in time here with a nade in the back pocket and the damage done. Icy and Derek are tearing G2 to pieces.
But Icy's kill onto Trent really opened the door. You're going to see a ton of this. EG, doesn't matter how much pressure they apply throughout the early and mid round, which generally they're going to be quite slow, it's the late round where all the action happens.
Looking ahead for a bonus conversion as well. I mean, EG, here we are. Going to be seeing a fight to be taken here with a Prowler forwards, but that is a good stun that gets that connection. Icy falls prey to it as well. Still eager to take these fights forwards, and Leaf is hard committed off to the side here. Yay, steps up to the challenge. To test.
So confident, and still feel pretty confident about being able to go in and get value even afterwards.
Aggro as anything here, Jonah P! A chance to shine and maybe potentially done enough, and that's not dead yet, but guess what? There are no targets waiting for you.
There's nobody around here at all. They could possibly VCT, but it's almost certain they're on the flank. He deletes Trent, and it's only Jorg left.
Defined into the 1v1 Superman. It's been a star player for them when EG have been trying to get these wins on. Lotus is a map. Up against Jorgmo though, and that's a tough test indeed. Jorgmo rattles off a couple of the bullets, and one to the chest will do it. Superman is in a sorry state in terms of the health, and Jorgmo primed, perched up there just onto the slightest of high ground. It's very important, I think, to not get flustered when the time gets low and these spots against a team like EG here, and attempt to try and take this one up and over towards the top. There's a flash to supplement. Quick TP back there with a gate crash. Looking for options, looking for picks. There's danger here, crossing out into the open. He just spots out to the hand as well, and he's going to be laying claim, potentially over towards the side here. Yay! Sidestepping and bullets raining down. Jorgmo punished for it. 36 seconds left, and what is the call now? With the Armageddon and a horn into the back. This is all onto Leaf now to put a stop to it. He's got that supplementary util though. It's an ult going to be expended of his own, but Ye's caught a timing. All the way through, 25 seconds left. Where are you taking the spike in the midst of all of this? Superman! He's found one of his own.
Where's
already
the
taking this space up.
To B.
Ring around the rosies, yet Superman full control. And a backstab from Ye. How do they do it?
Timings on timings on timings. In an essentially impossible situation.
Not long for the world if Derek can land that one. Indeed, he does. So
sometimes you wish that they would pressure the sights just a little bit earlier so they had more wiggle room, but here, 25 seconds left on the clock. Superman essentially has to win both of those 1v1s that he catches the timing on in B. Can they convert?
Often on the attack side of themselves, and that's the one rifle player, Jonah P. Collects his kill, Ice is going to be dropped.
And now you see G2 holding a much more aggressive control over Rubble, trying to deny Superman any entry, and that's spam for Jonah P, and it works like a charm.
He's got it in spades, really, hasn't he? G2 have really aggro positions now out towards B, and they are primed and ready here with the door opens up and a fault line towards it. It's a bit of a spray down, spam down. With guns in their hands, happy days for G2.
And I think this macro is beautiful from G2. Complete control of Rubble with 2 players.
Good tap from Derek, but not anticipating the position there from Valen. Operator in the hands of Jorgamo, want to try and set him up. Odin spam as well. They're pouring absolutely everything into this one here. You got to be careful, Nature. You can narrowly sidestep, but just onto that angle, not anticipating. Here in the drone now, you got to know inclination, of course, here. EG looking to try and step their way forwards into that B hit as Leaf denies that chance. Over towards Yay now and just backs himself out and away. Jorgamo once more steps to the side. Quick dismissal, but a spam into the smoke. Hello, okay, Superman's found that one still. Ults are going to be offloaded. This is G2 not really just trying to not lose control of the round. I think they've achieved that completely. Jorgamo is just running rampant right now through the round, looking for that fourth to seal it all the way up here, but nowhere to run, nowhere to hide.
And then holding it with one bullet in the Operator. He was feeling himself with the op in this round. He hit a nasty shot on Nature, a gorgeous shot on Derek. Repositioned, by the way, with the help of a Paranoia from C. So since then, have only won 2 rounds. It's not actually good in the scoreboard department, and it's not getting any better.
Waded out into the one-way. That's the problem for them here. Leaf is tucked to the corner, a bit out into the open. Is this Icy offloading with the hold off from the side? That's Nature, his savior. Still, big wraparound now. G2, that's 3 players. That's going to be called out by Superman. And what is the reaction now from EG? Push into CT, try and dominate some control, flip the map in some way or form. Maybe there's a chance for them, despite that player disadvantage. But
what a stun.
It's picture perfect. And G2 subvert expectations to wrap around again. EG thought they could get access towards it. Armageddon now lay it down, and this is Nature with no chance whatsoever.
For Leaf, who was alone over towards CT, they knew would be under pressure. What a read this is. They know exactly what the adaptation is going to be from their opponent before it even comes through. That's the kind of G2 you're expecting to see on this stage.
Trying to control the pace on the attack side here and lying in wait. Yeah, Superman. Jump spot just missing that one onto the timing, and Jorgamo happy to clean him up. Attempt and take. EG are trying to get themselves into this one. Outlaw in hand, not the weapon of choice for Icy. But he's got to make 2 stuns. Ricocheting, rebounding here. Picking them apart at the seams. This is just G2 at their best. Add another one to the tally, Josh.
It's not quite flawless, but it looks like it. The Americas Stinger is OP. What's ridiculous though too is G2, they're winning, I mean now more than 75%, like 77% or whatever after this round. And what's wild about this force buy strategy too is because it delays the rifle round by 1 round, you get close to those ults that you can use to snowball the attack side. And it's Trent actually who I'm looking at, but he gets absolutely nailed.
And Superman, he's under the pressure right now, but he's really taking control of the map and potentially this round entirely. Jump spot with a right click.
Look at north side as well.
Leave has to contain this one. He needs to do it cleanly.
Oh, it's mucky.
And it's a rough spot indeed, but still that fault line from afar. Long range. Util stunned up. Matters not. Yay. He's fully healed up, but only for a moment. It's going to be fading before you know it. And he almost anticipates it. Here's it. 1v1. Yay! Rolls back the years.
A small wipe of sweat off the brow. Superman did a great job of picking up 2 earlier on though, but what is that? With the stun, then a body shot to finish off a weak Jonah P, and a beautiful headshot to take down Jorg.
Walk up, tripled up, making sure that they can try and get a kill or 2. Still off to the side, it's Jorgamo with a trade, but he's going to be mopped up regardless. But they've been adding twists and turns. Unexpected moments. This is a narrow angle indeed. And what a peek by Valen. Just crouches straight into it, almost anticipating it. Brings it 3 versus 3. Plank going down, anything to push this one back. Looks like the salvos are good for it. Derek onto the high ground, but he's going to be meeting his match here with a lot of util. Slows them down to a crawl, but just delay with the util. Look to even the odds. Waiting for a bit of pressure now from Superman. Opens up the door wide, but it's a triple face again. That's an ult popped off. Not dead yet. Not really anticipated. Still without plenty of util. And that's a snake bite wide. The face. Kill needs to be claimed here. Round and away. Yay! Has brought it to a winnable spot. Smoke in the back pocket. Not anticipating it. Valen with the reposition up towards the high ground. Yay snaps. Time. He's got it.
Not dead, but for a moment. And springs out, hitting ungodly shots. Resurrected and comes back to snap up onto Valen. He had no idea that he teleported onto the high ground. And Potter, gobsmacked, cannot believe what her players are capable of in playoffs. Cold. So cold. A small smile and a wave to the crowd, and that's it. This is ridiculous. The form that we're seeing from EG, the moments going in their direction, and a massive brawl over towards. Immediately goes their way. Icy picks up 2 on the spray angle.
Quick getaway from Jorgamo here, but you're already 2 players down, and this is an EG with all the confidence in the world. All the confidence in the world. Surrounding and laying claim to these lives. They want this opening map.
They've got a deep map pool, G2. They've got other maps that are great for them. Split and Pearl, they're super fine on those maps too. Don't count G2 out. But if EG are capable of doing it here on Lotus, they might be capable of doing it on a bunch of different ones too. And the run that they've made on this defense.
Pushing back towards it. I see slightest of gaps to play in here. Open access now to the A side, just barely. EG closing in as a Viper's Pit. An abundance of Util flying forwards here. It's gone pound for pound now. Valen has got more in the back pocket, but you've got to try and win these fights out. EG! They're starting to move forwards. It's a relentless march here, and they can taste it. The finish line in sight, but maybe a little bit overzealous in the process. Still, Leaf down, Pit drop down. Trent, it's going to be all on him. Swing wide from Jorgamo, not dead yet. And Trent, they have to do it all. 1v1, Nature sticking, half earned, 6 bullets left. Trent, down to the wire.
Is there time though?
Time! Goal!
With 0.3 seconds on the clock, EG take map 1 and deliver a statement opening blow to G2. It definitely feels like there's an element of any given Sunday when it comes to playoff games.
Yeah, force forwards here. This is, did he hit the footsteps? Oh, okay. I mean, listen, there's a snakebite at the feet on top of it. Jorgamo.
Jonah fighting in mid.
Yep, Jonah, okay. It's a critical one to win out here. Make sure you break that one forwards, and over the shoulders is Lead, and he's made that lane claim to some space into the map. Wrapping around from IC. Brings it into that 1v2. Jonah P is getting a big move on. It's a marathon sprint for him to try and be active into this one, and, well, has he done enough? Anticipation from IC that it could be peak from heaven, but Jonah P, that's an after shot from Nasawi. We were just talking about it. Discipline, buying time. 22 seconds left. Stun is avoided, but time is running shy and short of the mark.
He's got it.
He's got it again.
Misses the stun. Couple of situations where the nerves are getting to people.
One enemy remains.
Jorgamo taking that peek through mid, through a snake bite. Probably a bit ill-advised, though it does set G2 up. Nature running on his own to try to clear with a single breach flashing screens. Could have waited for a teammate.
The slow siege as well, looking to see if they can get access over towards the A site. TP into the back of the A side as well. This is Jorgamo, he cuts it up nicely. Clearing most of the way with a bit of salvos. Stun out on both sides. It's a refight attempt in the court for here. Derek, how the hell are you alive? EG barreling through and away. And the gun's into their hands. Hold on, maybe an overextension. EG not expecting and not anticipating it. Round to the side, this is Jorgamo.
And this game has been a real test of how EG play in the chaos. But there's a bit of quiet descending upon the map here.
Round to the side though, Jorgamo's good for it. 3 in a round already for him. His team needed a step up. And he's the player to deliver it.
Stop EG's momentum before it can really get going. A 4K in this round. A labored kill onto Icy, it must be said, but as soon as he managed to upgrade to the Phantom, clean to finish things out.
Still with the drone as well, that's going to be putting the pressure now down onto Icy, and he lets loose anyway. It's going to be the ult here into his hands, round to the side, Jorgamo can't escape it. G2 surely behind him now. A few seconds left to try and play for, but they have to clear out these spots here. Can they deroute IC from this position? Lying in wait with the Bucky in hand. And my God, he's going to be making it awfully difficult. Waiting though, Util in and around for it. It's a wide face leaf, barely able to get a handle on it. Tucked to the corner still. His position's going to be noted. It's a pit drop down. Oh, and then hold on. Leaf. My God, man! Pulls an ace out of bloody nowhere.
But he's come out here with the iBuy power ace to go up 10-2 after 4 rounds. Absurd, but exactly what the doctor ordered for G2.
Exactly so.
Again, more pressure onto him. Stun, salvos early on, but he's not going to get caught by that.
Temp with the pressure, bit of spam IC. Down to 75. Stuns it forwards. Flash on top of it, and that is just instinctual. Superman. Oh my goodness! Yeah, that's Jorgmo made into mincemeat to the back wall of mid. Yeah, he might be receiving a hell of a lot of pressure coming his way now. Under it. Supplementary util, seeking delay claim. How the hell has Yay got that? Snakebite dropped down to his feet, Superman. He's doing dirty work with that gun in hand. And EG somehow again get it done.
He instead sticks around, plays at default, and gets rewarded with a teleport from Valid. And he gets a freebie, and basically Spike delivered, Snakebite at the choke point. These players have to run in against a Bucky. And they're vulnerable too.
Oh my arc!
So 3 players on the B side of the map as G2 exec A. The macro is good here. The calling is great from Valen. Look at his teleport into the middle of that Taeho ult. If there had been anybody on the A side, I think that would have cooked them. From Leaf and Jorg.
Pound for pound with a util, but here it is. Tempo's going to be increased, and with Leaf already dropping, already Icy onto the fight. That's going to be miscommunication potentially here. Layering down the fire, layering down that lead. Jorgmo is going to do a lot from this spot, and it's not quite planned for him, and he's got a lot of targets to deal with. Too much to deal with, in fact.
And Derek have not full rotated.
Yay. Looking for a safe spot to stand in here. He's got his own smoke to try and make do with still. TP in through the back now. This is going to be chopping and changing the minds of these EG players, wondering what is going to be happening next. All the way from the side, and ult expended. And only the one for his troubles. Icy is plucked out of the sky at a moment's notice here. Leaves it to Derek, and that 1v3 plant. Hold on. There is safety there. I was wondering.
I mean, the opening kill looked absurd. Okay, it just catches Yay completely. Gets the kill onto a flying Icy as well. Just as he gets extinguished by the rocket.
Will he get cleared though? That's a question. Oh, he's just spotted out, I think. Barely. This Jorgmo Dimensional Drift is going to be calling out most of this here with the armor getting in through and around. This is EG looking to at least push this one back.
Valen got in front of it.
Buy some time, and Valen is at front, but listen, Yay is on top of it. Forwards and around. Jorgmo, unanticipated to be punched up from that angle, and drops down and delivers Dev itself. Pit here, Aftershock has to be respected. But 2 players left to stand here on the side of EG for our final round of this first half. You need a miracle, and you need luck. It's not going to be on their side. Just an impossibility at this point. Icy's done well to avoid most of the util coming his way, but yeah, spotted out.
The narrative also, but the scoreline the same. EG win the pistol and then 2 other kind of rifle rounds. And that's all they're able to manage in the first half. But we saw what they did on Lotus. The run back was ridiculous. Yes, they're not going to be on the defense side. Yes, Yay is not playing close. Jorgmo has the outlaw, but there's actually only 2 players on EG that have light armor. Trent, I don't think, realizes how close Superman is.
And the timing, wow, just snapped to the side, just in time. That could have been a deadly mistake to be making, especially against this EG team, looking to try and take the fight straight to them. That's a great stun. Slows down the approach here, and G2 just playing this one back ready to defend or flood in, whatever it takes. Still towards screens here, and EG have got access over towards the side at least. Here, forwards into the smoke. Stepping forwards, trying to dominate most of these positions. Nature is hard committed. Stunned to try and reposition here, but he's going to be in the danger spot, potentially. Damage done, lining him up. Off to the side, Yay. A lot is going to be asked of him. He's paranoid, nearsighted as anything, and the aftershock at his back just seals it up nicely. Some repeat there with the smoke soft. It's going to be a lot of util forwards and around, and okay, flick of the wrist. Does the job there, especially with the decay damage kicking in. Making a lot of noise in the process here. Stunned up. Oh, goodness me.
One enemy remaining.
And it's clinical from G2.
They're going to be able to take these light weapons forward into the next. Or force up if they want to. Or hell, just see if you can make it work like they did in this round. That shot is sublime, and then followed up by a collapse.
And pulled back potentially, I think, by this util. I think there's a pocket for him to play in, yeah. So survived for now, but fence control given up. Icy, do you dare jump over and step past that threshold? He meets his demise. G2 up 2 kills already. Desperation now is going to be called for, but these EG players step up to the test and the trial once more, but you're going right back into Leaf, running and gunning forwards. Derek, at least with the trade, and they do have open access to that A site.
Yeah, he did a good job on the flank.
Armageddon even just committed here. Push forwards, that's Derek.
Put them into checkmate, so now Valen's got it all to do.
Paranoia Oh, what a shot!
That is a round from Yay. He only gets 2 kills. Up at the top of the scoreboard with Icy. But they're going to need a bit more of that.
Yeah.
Oh, that's filth.
That is fast.
Or Yay as they make the walk forwards. And Potter has talked previously about the strategy on attack being to get an op into Yay's hand.
Trap's going to be triggered here. Yay has to try and put a stop to it as well. To be that dampener, but it's just traded out, evened out, and it's quick getaway. All the way through sewers. Grab the spike and get a run on, but they're going to be going straight into Jorgamo. Airplane Bucky. Seen this one before. EG. Already is Icy, delivering death from above. Jorgamo tries his best to do damage of his own. Held and let go here with the salvos to try and slow down the approach. Watch for even the showstopper. I mean, listen, whatever it takes. Absolutely anything to try and drag it.
Breach ult into Tailwell could just gift you a pick.
They're looking for it. Full line. Narrowly avoided side step by Superman. Wow, okay. Straight in. Cape flourishing right behind him. He's going to get that opener now. EG looking to try and take control of the rest of this side here. It's ults expended. And G2, they've got some of their own. Valen collecting that kill. Derek trying to put a chokehold, a bit of blight now to dampen most of the side. And here's that Armageddon. Ults of their own. G2 looking to make the play forwards into it. Jogging through the back here. And here it is, stun to collect. Icy quick with the trade as well, but they are dropping like flies. Bodies toppling on either side.
They didn't get the plant down.
2v2, and time still an important necessity to play around here. As you mentioned, Josh, there's no plan whatsoever, but hunting, lying, the Trent will drag you all the way.
At some point here, somebody on G2 was going to pull out the play to seal the deal. And that 2K was crispy at the end.
Use delayed, Jorgamo. All gonna be taken out and triggered nice and early. That was just to give EG that bit of peace of mind. They're already lurking all the way up through into lane. They're gonna try and take these fights together here, and now Leaf not shying away from it. He's eager to try and at least draw some blood, but they're both flashed up, both blinders. Anything fades away just in time. Icy 3-4 it. Jorg barely able to get the one before the trade comes through. Already reveals the position. Salvos into the corner. Nature's wide as anything here, but the discipline in their minds, yeah.
And then a seasoner pull, and then are ready to fight it afterwards. But Icy is the difference maker. He picks up 2, and then even gets a 3rd with the flash kill.
Boxes to play around and jump over here with the Armageddon. That's layered down all the way into the back of the site. G2 will push forwards for a moment, but it's already faded before the Pinter could really get in. Bit disjointed here from EG, and they're being slowed down on top of it with that util, but Yay, not to be denied. Steps all the way forwards here, but Leaf, luckily, got his watchful eye up onto that spot. They call for it! Fighting forwards. Keen to try and drop these players before they can really stand and make. Doesn't do much more.
But the flank.
Jorgamo is going to be hot on their heels all the way through and around to the side. Dodging round. Derek! That was whipping from Jorg. Still, it's a worldie of a shot. Now wide to the side. Superman covers it all.
Gotta say that flank was a bit of a whiff, though. They should have had that one locked down.
That's a brutal one for Jorg.
And Valen was doing an incredible job. Superman deserves some credit for getting into that spot, but you can see the reaction from Josh RT. That should have been around that G2 were in control of.
Doesn't want to be suppressed and caught out onto an island. Icy's forwards though, with that dimensional drift, Cosmic Divide is all going to be laid down, but there's a gap to play in. Straight shot just missed, and a bit of spam into the corner. Jorgamo is trapped. Off to the side here. Is this going to be overzealous by Icy? You're going to be lying, okay, not really regretting. As I say that, G2, they're drawing blood, they're drawing it now. Taking a fast and loose approach all the way through into the site. The plan is already down though, as this is being played. Trying to get away onto the side. Superman, he's got this shorty into his hands, but the rest of his team is being picked apart at the seams.
If you try to play fast into G2, they can absorb that aggression. Sometimes the chaos gets the better end of them, and sometimes, like in this round, they're anticipating it, dealing with it perfectly.
Runs there, Jorg. Just missing. Dash still in the back pocket of Yay here, but his flash is in your face, and that's going to be slowing you down still. There's that Armageddon. Save for a spot like this one with the thorns in through the back.
I like that. It clears out Secret and it clears out Flowers.
Towards the top though, drop down! And, oh my god, how's Yay getting that one? They want to take this fight all the way to them. It's going to take a lot though to dislodge Trent from that spot. In that carnage once more, chaos. Trent contains them all.
He's had, maybe you could argue, a bit of a quiet game. He didn't dominate on Lotus. He was there in the final round of Split, but otherwise it was all Leaf. But this is his map. And he stamps his authority upon the game. And that's the Leaf game sense again.
Sentinel Drift to try and clear through here. The trouble is this is going to be running dry ever so slightly, but he's got the TP to try and back in the way. He's going to try and point out some of these players for the rest of his team to try and take it. Steel Guard and forwards. Jorgamo goes for it.
30 seconds left.
Nice little attempt at that. Okay, indicators, yep, spelling it out. It's dangerous to be had onto the site. EG get themselves into it though. Good seize onto the two of them. It's an Armageddon. Clears the way most of the way in through the back of the site now. G2 are being slowed down themselves.
And now G2 can focus forwards.
Spam in through the smokes. G2, they need these kills and they need it bad. EG dropping to the side here. The smoke's going to be dissipating. 3v4 playing into the post plan and not expecting Ye to be just so tightly committed into that corner. Valen knows the spot, but listen, it's all just disjointed in the end. EG.
It's fine if Ye plays a bit of an aggressive angle. But Nature picks up two, spraying down two players that were miles away from each other. Leaf tapping.
El Diablo! Let's go, baby!
Trying to learn their lesson though from last time. They're actually going to be taking the initiative themselves. Push forwards, Jorgamo is backing out of there. An exchange, that's an updraft again!
That's so sick.
Losing their chance.
Leaf is under mad pressure on B.
Already. 25 seconds left to play with here. Already dead in most of the util. That's a Steel Garden. The knives, they miss! Right click in hand, it's damage done. But Leaf is under scrutiny. It's all about what he can deliver from this spot and how much time can he buy for the rest of his squad to get in. The walls, tree it up and away. Cosmic Divide, it's chaos, it's anarchy. And that's why EG try and make a play forwards, cross-section. Looking like all sorts of weird and wacky business. Step forwards and around. Another kill here and a rifle picked up at least, but Valen missed his chance and missed his opportunity. A two-round lead here for EG.
Or G2 struggled actually. Early on they had a game plan that was working fairly well. Here's that replay. The flash, getting information that there's a player there. Though I think they already knew, and the updraft as well. They were looking for that earlier on, and they commit with it there.
Come on.
So they really need to step up and draw this one level at 7-7.
Forwards as Icy steps up, but that is a heavy, heavy. Presence going to be waiting for him here. Quick evacuation, that's Superman. Wall not even going to be triggered either. Yay, just spotting most of this one out here. Stepping forwards though, that's G2.
Bring them down.
Quick to lay claim to this site. Learning that it's very much open here. Step to the side, that's Nature. Dealt with, round, everything going right. Here for G2. They've been struggling to keep their heads above water when it comes to these pistol rounds. Derek is going to make a decent go of things. So many obstacles to really overcome. One at a time. That's all he can really do, and he's going to try his best. Already taking out the one, but now here's that discipline. Contact court and around.
Find where the anchor is playing, and that is Icy, at least for now.
Yeah,
Spotting out.
Cutting through. Here.
They crash all the way back for a bit of safety. Savo's into the back, and that has caught. Icy unaware, revealed up to the side. A spam will do it at the right times. They don't want to overextend. They don't want to overplay their hands. Jonah P, full stick now in through for it and up towards the top as that smoke dissipates. These EG players are being picked apart, but maybe Supermoon and Ye can activate. Finding a few kills in a row. Ye comes alive.
They still shouldn't have been that clean. How did these kills all come through almost at the same time? Credit to Superman too, because he managed to pick up a couple. But Ye, super clean and with a lineup
Oh my god!
on Leaf and Trent.
I hit that voice crack, bro.
You're allowed to in those kind of big moments.
The intention. Hit's going to be coming through at a moment's notice onto A, and it's all going to be down to Derek. Supermundo, reinforcements arriving, and now less of a worry now for that Arc control. There's 48 seconds left. TP spotted, broken. Nature has got the stronghold set up. Put down the thorns. Delaying most of this one here. There's only 13 seconds left, and the plan needs to go down. It needs to be spotless. They haven't cleared back halls yet. See, salvos all going to be combined. Kills are going to be found, but with 5 seconds left, you're going to find the pocket, and his kills claimed. Dropping players like flies. The round is won out by EG. They realize it. They know it.
That utility forcing Trent to plant out in the open. Haven't run too many of these. The drone over towards B is going to keep Ye anchored. Derek goes walkabouts.
And spotted out there. Valen Do you turn up the heat? Do you try and apply that pressure? Here it is coming from the side and round and wide to pull to try and offset most of this one here, but a big reveal and an even bigger kill. Valen is quick to drop onto that one. Superman trying to hold them back, but a cosmic divide. But nothing else to really step past this one. It's a threshold of their own making, but lying in wait, just seeking to delay and deny this chance here for them. Star. It's Valen looking to dominate and take control of the round itself. And what a call to make, what a play to make overall, G2.
Picks that one up, he has the knives in the back pocket too. They break drone early, which is going to allow him to step up. And what is this?
What is this? Takes a peek, takes a shot, in through the back as well. Icy will be pushed out on the way, but yay! Gonna teach them the name El Diablo. Hasn't been heard rattling around people's brains for quite some time.
They're playing discipline, Derek just spotting.
Tiptoeing around Derek, taken out. Punish, Steel Guardian's going to be used almost immediately here, G2. Timings,
this is
also being called for as well. This is it. Of course, you've got to take risks for G2. It's a 3v4, you need these kills and you need them now, and they're going to be finding it. Icy, drop down, but that really does reveal the hand! And a whiff! Jonah P can't quite manage the control of this one. That's going to be the pull rattled off nice and early, but they flipped the map entirely. Knives to the side, run into the side, yay! Shuts it down, slicing and dicing, 4 kills!
If you were wondering, when is this guy going to come online? Well, it's rounds like this. He's had 2 of them so far on defense, where he just completely takes over. And this still had a lot of danger into it. Yes, the post-plant positioning is not actually great. Nature can tuck around on a steel box.
Drone for the reclearance out through A main. It's going to be the dimensional drift as well, pushing forwards. Not too much spotting many of these plays whatsoever, but there it is, reveals it with the hand itself, and Superman steps up to it. He's being challenged, and a hell of a task as well to try and defend these players. Cloud burst, obfuscating, trying to hide it all, and yay, the thief in the night, he's managed to escape it all. Derek! My God! What a time to step up, what a time to come alive. G2 though, in a 1v2. Angle to the side, yay! Delivers the death blow.
And they were so focused on him, they weren't ready for Superman. And then they were so focused on Yay again, they weren't ready for Derek, who springs around a corner with a 2K. Nice. Yay was an incredibly expensive decoy in that round.
Yeah.
And you tried to close the gap.
Looking to try and go into this one, a bit of stray spam as well. Trent catching a bullet to the leg there, but alive. In the util in hands, but here's that Steel Garden. Nature lying in wait and lets it loose now. Eyes on Jorgamo inside that smoke, and a timing! Timing, barely going his way here, but dashes into his face! Jorgamo! Knives out! No escape from that one here, round to the side! It's such a quick response in EG. Ultimate 2v2, ultimate earned! Pushing them back and away.
9 seconds on salvos for Trent!
No stick inside, going to be occurring for now as well, but straight spam has to do it. Superman sticking, straight shot, knives out, running them down!
What are the chances in this round? The G2 come out on top. They have plot armor. It's ridiculous. Brought a knife to a gunfight. How did he manage to make the best out of a spot?
That's
He's
absurd.
Been caught inside a vice ult.
Well, the Utopian sent forwards though once more with that Cosmic Divider, aiming to fake it, to try and pull these EG players away, but they're up through mid, still walking around the site. Does anything give this one up? It's already a gate crash all the way through into the back of their spawn as well. Reinforcements can arrive for EG. Jorg is going all the way. He's going a distance right now. Revealed in hand. Spotting his players out. Trying to dominate the map. Yay! On his perch, on his high ground position, EG. We're not to be moved from that feign, from the fake itself, and the covers itself, but a mistake is made, and wrapping his ray all the way from behind. G2 laying claim and laying siege all the way to the site. There's no stopping this train right now.
He's been quiet in this map, setting up the rest of his team, but he wants to get there and play in front of the home crowd. One round separates G2 from Toronto. You see what it means to him. It's nothing.
It's pushed to the brink. It's desperation at its core. And all for just a chance of overtime. G2, they're in the driving seat. They're looking for much more. First kill claimed, answered back immediately. Superman. Fill it out nice and pretty here. You've got to try and be coordinated here. Triple jump up, over, and around. G2. Clone dealt with, backside control is going to be theirs, but Derek has an ult lying in wait. This is Jonah People sticking this one as well. It's all on the line here and now, and G2
are pushing.
Yes, matters into their own hands. They realize it. Armageddon, they want to take the fight to him. Don't let EG take the initiative. Don't let them take that space and timing. Blind, out and around. Derek, he needs more than that. He goes down without a second thought. And this wraparound is rapid indeed, but EG have got to do it all. Just Nature and Superman side by side. Backs against the wall, shots need to rain supreme, but G2 have a date with destiny. A ticket to Toronto, secured in their back pocket.
What grit and determination. So many moments on Pearl where it felt like EG could have been in control, and yet G2 denied them, turned their dreams to ashes at every twist and turn. Round 17, round 21, round 23 as well, all massively pivotal. All went the way of G2.
And heartbreak for these Evil Geniuses players.
We're not going to be seeing these faces for a while. They were within touching distance of Toronto, but that dream was dashed and denied by G2, the tournament favorites who have scraped through in games now against 100 Thieves and EG.
Pushed to the limits.
You would not have believed it if we told you that at the start of the stage.
Yeah, and there it is.
Jorg giving respect to his former coach, and they were pushed to the brink. A sigh of relief on the faces of these G2 players, but they have earned their opportunity to fight for another global trophy.